Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Clues, and today we're going to be ranking the Weeknd's discography. And as you can see by the background, I am a huge fan of the Weeknd. Got the Trilogy right here. All three mixtapes are fire. My favorite project from him is House of Balloons, so that already kind of gives one of the answers away. But I also got the privilege to see him live 3 times, 4 times if you count Coachella, and each time was pretty fucking fire. I don't know, man. I think I'm more than qualified to talk about his discography, but I'm also not that biased, so I feel like there might be some stuff y'all might disagree with me on. Yo, I remember when the Weeknd first dropped House of Balloons, I was young and ready, and still am. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Let me know your ranking. I'm very curious to know. And now let's get into the ranking. All right, man, starting off, we're gonna rank House of Balloons, and are you shitting me, bro? We gotta put this at S tier. This is the Weeknd's debut mixtape, and it combines themes of hedonism, heartbreak, and emotional numbness. It's essentially everything I've been through in my entire life, minus the drug use. You got very notable tracks, some of the best tracks of his discography, which is Wicked Games, High for This, The Morning, House of Balloons, etc, etc. You can damn near name the entire project. It is flawless. It's the Weeknd exploring the character, quote unquote, the Weeknd, and maybe it does stem from a real place, but it's projected a lot and amplified a lot more on this project. It really depicts the Weeknd doing these very hurtful and harmful things to others, but the thing is, he may not be doing it intentionally. It's just something missing within him that he doesn't know better. Next, we got Thursday, and this one, I love Thursday. I love all the mixtapes, but y'all, we gotta be honest. It's probably B tier. It's a colder and more experimental follow-up from House of Balloons. It focuses on themes of detachment, casual relationships, and emotional toll of fame. Some of my favorite tracks is Lonely Star, The Bird series, and Rolling Stone. And the other tracks are pretty good, but they're not tracks that you go to very often. It's kind of like if you're in the mood to listen to them. And for that reason, we got to put it B tier, and also because the rest of his discography does really go crazy. And just because I put it at B tier, I'm not saying it's bad. We are using the Weeknd's discography. We're not putting this against somebody else's discography. It's just the Weeknd solely. Next up, we got Echoes of Silence, which is the final installment of the trilogy. This one carries more haunting vocals and very raw production. At the time, it was his most introspective and very cinematic project compared to House of Balloons and Thursday. I mean, you got the Michael Jackson Dirty Diana cover on here, which he did his fucking thing on. You also have Montreal, Next, and Echoes of Silence, and those songs in particular just really fucking do something to your heart. So I definitely gotta put Echoes of Silence at A tier. To me, Echoes of Silence did what Thursday needed to do, but on steroids. All right, now we got Kissland, and this one, I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this. You know, initially when Kissland first came out, I didn't really like the project, but over time, it's become one of my more listened to projects, so I'm definitely gonna put this one at A tier. It's very dark and cinematic, an extension of his early mixtapes. It's reflecting his life on tour and his disillusionment of fame. Very cold and eerie production that when you listen to it, especially the song Kissland, it feels like you're in a very scary place, and it really kind of showcased the Weeknd's early production. It kind of feels like when you're listening to this project, a very scary and cold Halloween night. Some of my favorite tracks on this album are Adaption, Wonderlust, Kissland, Pretty, and Odd Luck. This project also gives you a very, very early look at Abel trying to go into that pop phase, but it's done so in a way that's very subtle that you couldn't really tell. Next up, we got Beauty Behind the Madness, and I don't understand why hardcore Weeknd fans like to pretend like this album never happened and they try to downplay it, but I'm gonna put this one at S tier. It's his commercial breakthrough album that not only was important for him, but important for music in the time. It blended pop, R&B, and alternative sounds, and it's really gonna showcase what it's to come in the future. You know, Beauty Behind the Madness explores themes of desire, addiction, and inner conflict that has always kind of plagued the Weeknd. I look at Beauty Behind the Madness as the transition album of taking the dark sounds and kind of brightening them up a little bit. By this time when the album came out, it was everywhere on the radio. I was still very young and ready, and again, still am. Me personally, I think this is a very great album when it comes to production, and it still holds true to who he was in the beginning of his career. I mean, you got the classics Off in the Hills, Acquainted, which is one of my personal favorites, Can't Feel My Face, Shameless, which is very underrated, Earned It, In the Night, As You Are, Angel. There's so many bangers on this album. I don't understand why people try to downplay it. Next up, we got the album Starboy, and this was a very interesting album when it first came out. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at A tier though. It's a very sleek and futuristic album that embraces celebrity, pretty much all kind of forms of self-destruction. You know, he collaborated with Daft Punk for a more of an electronic sound, which I think he did really great. Like, there's regular pop, but then there's the Weeknd pop, and the Weeknd just fucking clears the pop field. Some of my personal favorites are obviously Starboy, that's a banger, Reminder, Party Monster at Times, Secrets, True Colors, Sidewalks, A Lonely Light, Love to Lay, Attention, Ordinary. Honestly, this album is really great. I feel like a lot of people really want to hold the Weeknd to this very dark sound, but as he continues to evolve in his personal life, he's not always going to be the dark person. I mean, for the simple fact that Die For You and I Feel It Coming is on this album, you definitely have to put it A tier. I know a lot of people are gonna come at me and be like, yo, why the fuck is Thursday at B tier and Starboy is at A tier? That's crazy. The way I decide whether which album stays in which tier, I'm looking at it as if I were to put my phone on shuffle, and if certain songs come on, am I gonna skip it or do I need to be in a certain mood? And for me, I love Thursday, but it's just not his greatest produced album, and the storytelling, yes, it's great, but it does not fall in line with the other albums. Next up, we got My Dear Melancholy, and this is obviously S tier. It's a very brief and cohesive album, emotionally raw return to his darker roots that everybody fucking loved. It covers themes of heartbreak, regret, and longing, and during this time when this album released, man, I was going through it like a so call out my name. I mean, if you listen to the album closely, yes, it has this very dark tone, but he continues to mix in sounds that are very new and true to the Weeknd today. In my opinion, he does a great job fusing different genres, putting different sounds together, and making it sound very unique, and he does that very well on this album. And the storytelling and its very cinematic production really makes you feel the emotion. Bro, this girl broke my heart one time, man. I was playing My Dear Melancholy all the fucking time. Next up, we got After Hours, and man, oh man, I remember this album like it was yesterday. We definitely got to put this one S tier. It's a synth-heavy cinematic album that continues to explore themes of heartbreak, isolation, and self-reflection, and all the things that are very true to the Weeknd, but the production is what really stands out. It's an album of his that will take him to the next level of that stadium tour artist. Some of his most streamed songs ever are on that album, like Blinding Lights. When you listen to this album, it's not like you're listening to music, it's more so you're watching a movie, and not only are you feeling the emotion of the character, but the character, you kind of found yourself in that character. Next up, we got Dawn FM, and I really do love this album, but I think I gotta put it A tier. Actually, since Thursday's on B tier, we're gonna put this in B tier. It's a great conceptual album. It continues the second trilogy, but I just don't think it did its job that it really needed to do. In this album, The Weeknd is essentially in purgatory and reflects aging, acceptance, and the rebirth through 80s synth pop. I mean, some of my favorite tracks are How Do I Make You Love Me, Take My Breath, Out of Time, Is There Someone Else, and Less Than Zero. But honestly, I wasn't really feeling the album too much when it first came out and within the first year also. What made me really love this album was the fact that I saw The Weeknd perform it live, and that kind of added another flair to these songs. But there's also a decent amount of songs on this album that I am gonna skip, and for that reason, it has to be B tier. You know what, fuck it, man, I'm changing my mind. Thursday's going to A tier. I don't care. Because when you think about it, Thursday really holds up in terms of its concept and its kind of installment in the first trilogy. Yes, it's a little bit weaker than Echoes of Silence, but man, it's better than Dawn FM for sure. And lastly, we got Hurry Up Tomorrow, which this one is probably his best produced album of all time, so we gotta put it S tier. You got the old Weeknd rooted in this project, but you also got the new Weeknd shining through, and it's just an amazing all-around project. It has this very electronic and industrial feel to it that almost sounds apocalyptic. There's a very dark and nostalgic feel to this, but also being futuristic at the same time. It's a very raw and mechanical project that's very introspective, and it ends the whole persona of the Weeknd. Very, very cinematic. I mean, there's no mistake that there's a movie that is connected to this. Amazing synths, great bass lines. It's a very textured album, and you can, every listen I give to this album, I find something new all the time. You know, some of the main themes of this album is death, rebirth, ego, loss, and letting go of this old persona that's no longer him. Now, I understand this might not be an easy listen for most people as it connects to the rest of his discography and is a very long album, but as somebody who has listened to The Weeknd since his earlier projects, man, you cannot deny this is his best produced album, his greatest storytelling, and it fuses all his previous projects into one, but in a way that's not very forced. Alright, y'all, there you have it. This is my ranking of The Weeknd's discography. If you enjoy the content, make sure you give it a like and make sure you comment down below if my list is valid and what you would change. If you really rock with me, man, go ahead and subscribe, and if you really rock with me, go ahead and sign up for the Patreon. Also, I'm planning to do more tier lists, so let me know in the comments what other artists you would like me to do. Pause if needed, that sounded kind of crazy. Yeah, man, that's all I really got for you. Until next time, I'll catch you on the next one.